Yo, 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 yo. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This might be my first morning time live stream. It's technically still morning, right? Into noon. So this might be my first one in the morning time. And I think it is. Y'all know we normally rep for the night owls, and the third shifters. The insomniacs, but here we are in the morning, morning edition of it. Welcome in. Appreciate everybody coming through. As you do step in, make sure you do smash that like button for your dog. Hit that like button for your dog, please. Thank you very much. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. This has been a very eventful free agency in the NFL. One of the more eventful ones that I can remember in quite some time. For myself, it has been very exciting. I do enjoy this part of the offseason. I guess next week they'll still be signing people next week. But maybe 2 weeks from now, it'll calm down a little bit. And then it'll pump right back up, right before the draft. And, of course, during the draft, then right after draft, we're pretty close to camp, mandatory mini camps, rookie camps, training camps. So football season will be back here before we know it. As we do see, the time has changed. The weather has changed. The pollen is coming out. The honeybees are coming out. So springtime is right here, my friends, and I love it. Ring the bell for springtime. Let's ring the bell for springtime, man. I love the warm weather, and it's coming back. So that puts me in a nice mood, man. But good morning to everybody, man. Happy Sunday, as well. As I woke up to a lot of rain. Hopefully, the rain, the heavy rain is kind of gone, because I had planned on driving about 90 minutes today to a destination that I want to go to. And y'all see, I didn't got old. I don't like to drive when it rains. You know what I'm saying? Back in my young days, I didn't mind, but I don't like it anymore. So hopefully the heavy rain is gone, and that way I can get on the interstate and go where I need to go. If not, I'm gonna stay right here. So let's ring the bell for that. But appreciate everybody coming in, man. Let's do some real quick shout outs real quick. We got Dre 3000 in the building. What's going on, Dre? How we feeling, bro? What's going on? We got an RJ Falcon in here. What's popping, RJ? We got my dog Art Angel in here also. Ladies intro of Atlanta Bird Gang. What's up? Let's ring the bell for that also. What's going on, Art? My dog Art. Man, Art be talking all the time on Facebook. But shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you coming through. Art, this is good morning, Bird Gang. Good morning to you as well. C-Dub in the building. What's going on, C-Dub? I saw you. Happy birthday to your son. Also, C-Dub. Also, happy birthday to your daughter as well. I see both your kids just had, your son got a birthday today. Your daughter just had a birthday also, so happy birthday to your children as well. C-Dub says, what up? Sunday morning edition, ATL Berg. Yeah, it's Sunday morning edition. Man. We're still in the Wild House, but we just here early. Eggs and grits, Yeah, let's go coffee. It's coffee, ain't you know what I'm saying? It's coffee, the coffee edition of the Waffle House. I just said big homie title. What's up, bro? What's up, man? What's going on? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Ark says love the evil villain music because we the team. People love hate. Definitely, bro. Definitely. Especially people that's actually from the state. I don't understand them people, man. Like, I don't understand the hate for the Falcons if you're from Georgia. I don't get it. Now, I'm not saying that because you're from Georgia, you got to be a Falcons fan. No, definitely not saying that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those people that feel like that just because you're from somewhere you got to necessarily root for the team, but you ain't got to hate on the team neither. You know what I mean? I don't understand those people. It's just always questionable to me. Drake 3000 says, what number did Kyle get since he's not 80 anymore? I think he's going back to 84, which he wore in Florida. That has been a traditionally the last 20 years has been a pretty good number for the Falcons in terms of the players that have wore the number. The great Roddy White, Don that number for I think Ryder was here, 13 years, I think. Then Cordero Patterson got the number. He did the number very well. Gave us some very, very, very good years, man. Did a lot for the team in terms of being an ambassador, being a fan favorite. And also CP, obviously he's not coming back to Atlanta. But Cordero Patterson, and I was initially apprehensive about getting him. And I was definitely wrong about that. He came here, he balled out. Again, he was a great ambassador for Atlanta. And in just a very short period of time, he became one of the all-time fan favorites that they have put on the red and black. And I appreciate CP. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate his hard work, his dedication, and also his loyalty to the team, and wanting the team to hit its highest peak. In my lifetime, me watching Falcons football, there really have not been a lot of players that have done what he did in terms of trying to recruit players, taking less money, and just been a Falcon proudly, proudly rep that red and black. So when we do get players like that, I really do appreciate them, because it's hard being a Falcons fan. So I know that dynamic also has to translate a little bit to being a Falcons player. But he was a proud Falcon, and if he continues to play, he's gonna be he has a fan in me for life. Just based on how he rep the logo. So shout out to CP. Wish him nothing but the best, and the best of luck for the next chapter of his career. Ark says, top of the morning to you, my dog. Hey, good morning to you also, bro. Hope all is well. C-Dub said that big 7770 in the house. What up, Tyler? How you doing, bro? Happy St. Patrick's Day and my son's birthday. Yes, sir. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you as well. Repping that big 770. Yeah, big 770 energy in the house. Y'all know how I go drop them area codes so we know where you're from. I love knowing where everybody from, where you're repping, where you grew up at, where you want to go back to. It don't matter. Just drop them area codes for you, boy. I do appreciate it. Got my dog Mark Chain in the building. So good morning, Bird Gang. Good morning to you also, Mark. Man, hope everything's going very well for you, bro. Appreciate you coming through, showing love as usual. My dog Red Swarm in the building. Yo, 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 yo. What it do, homeboy? Glad to be here this Sunday morning with you and everybody. Tight Swarm, I appreciate you coming through, man. Hope everything going good for you today also, bro. Happy Sunday to you. C-Dubs is driving the rain, so yeah, it does, man. Especially when you don't got old like me, you can't see that well. I know I'm getting old, man, because my eyesight. It seems like every year my eyesight get worse. That's just one of them things when you age, man. Your eyesight diminish, but in the same time, I could look at that as a blessing. Hey, I'm still here. Of course, there are a lot of people that did not reach my age, unfortunately. So every year is a blessing, so I should look at the silver lining of it. But yeah, I can't see worth the SHIT. IQ in the building. What's going on, IQ? Salute, Tyler, the Bird. That big 229 to the 407 in the building. That 229 to the 407. Let's go. 407, Orlando area, Orlando, Florida area. I think that's 407, Orlando, Florida area. Correct me if I'm wrong, IQ. Shout out to you, bro. And I came to bang. Let's go then. Let's get it, Jimmy. Jimmy, what do you want to bang on, bro? It's Sunday morning, man. But we'll have a bang session anytime, any day. It don't matter. Just let us know what you want to bang about, Jimmy. We'll get to it. If you want to, Jimmy, I'll bring you on and let you bang. So just let me know what's on your mind, man. C-Dub says, hey, you all like and share the stream and ring that bell for Sundress. Oh man, C-Dub, that's why you my dog, C-Dub. Yeah, Sundress season is upon us. That's another reason that spring and summer. I just love that part of the year. Sundress season. Oh yeah. Now, I just hope we don't have a disappointing sundress season. Bring back the sundresses. What's been going on with the ladies? They starting to deviate from the sundresses a little bit these last 3-4 years. It seemed like once COVID came in, they stopped wearing the sundresses like they used to. Can we bring back sundress season like it used to be? Come on. Come on, let's go. 3000 says, Reverend Tyler preached about them dirty birds, preached about Bishop Kirk and Kyle London. And I quite read Mr. Morris. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's definitely ring the bell for that. We got Kenneth in the building. What's going on, Kenneth? Says greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations to you. Also, happy Sunday to you as well. We are officially one Sunday closer to football season, y'all. We can look at it that way. We are officially one Sunday closer to football season. One Sunday closer. C-Dub says All-Star Special with some coffee and, of course, that Schlich malt liquor. But C-Dub on it early, boy. C-Dub said if it's spring break weekend, I'm going to be spring breaking. Let's ring the bell for that also. C-Dub with that malt liquor, getting to it early. Ain't playing no games with it. Let's go. Oh, man. Let's get to it, y'all. Ark says I usually miss your late night special, so it's good to catch you in the morning. Yeah, you know, I'm normally late night, bro. I'm normally really in the late night. And I haven't been able to really late night Waffle House lately, man. I've had some changes in my schedule. And again, I mentioned it's spring and summer. And this time of year, I normally slim down in regards to my weight. So I'll start getting back in the gym. I'll start back exercising. I'll start back running. So I've started back running. I try to do like 4 miles per day if I can. I might rest one day if my legs start talking to me, but I try to run 4 miles. Well, I jog 4 miles. I walk a little bit, but I mostly run. And since I've been doing it, I be tired, boy. I be straight up tired. So I gotta find a way to get the late night edition while possible back into my schedule though. Because that's been a mainstay of this channel for quite some time. So we got to find a way to get back into it. But I did have a guest feature on Miss B show last night. She was doing the late night show last night. So I was on there for maybe about 20-25 minutes. And if you missed that show, go check out Miss B. Make sure you do subscribe to her YouTube channel as well. She does some great Falcons content. Also, RUA is in the building. What's going on, Tyler? What's up, RUA? How we feeling? How you doing today? Joy Tribble in the building says, good morning, Tyler, for that big 601 energy. I think that's the SIP, right? Mississippi? Real big old 601 energy. What's going down? We got Money with the Sauce in the building. Hope is well, big. Hope all is well, big dog. Hope all well for you as well, bro. I'm doing good. No complaints at all. Bless. Hope you and the family are doing well. DJ Games, what's the time to been a while? It's been a while, DJ. Where you been, bro? You been busy? Yeah, but it's been a while, man. Glad to have you here today, bro. Hope all is going well. Reyes Farm, so you know what it is. Ty, we up in that 478 air where we go. Big 478 energy. Huge 478 energy. I'm talking about real big 478 energy. 478 in the building. Zay in the back. What's going on, Zay? What's happening, bro? Since 410, Baltimore. Big B more in the building. Repping that 410. Repping that DMV area, Baltimore specifically. What's going on, Zay? Always glad to have you in here. Antoine Wartime TV in the building as usual. 478. What's up, ABG and Falcons family? That 478 in the here deep today. Repping hard on this Sunday, man. What's popping? What's going on? RUS is big 404, Heart of the Dirty Bird Nation. Definitely the Heart of the Dirty Bird Nation. Actually, right there, the headquarters of the Falcons, the city that we are named after of Atlanta, GA in the building. Let's go. Let's get to it. Capital, Georgia. The actual city. Let's go. Real big 404 engine. Let's get to it. I got my brother Q from Black Cat Panther Podcast in the building. Says, yo, what's going on with you? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you coming through, showing a little love, bro. Hope all is well. We also got my dog Goat in the building. What's happening, Goat? What's going on, man? Appreciate y'all coming through, man. My brothers, they rep the Carolina Panthers, so y'all show them a lot of love. In fact, make sure that you go follow Black Cat Panther Podcast Network here on YouTube. Them brothers always are putting out excellent quality work. Falcons fans, they are Panthers fans, but them are brothers, so show them some love. I'm subscribed to their channel, been there for a while, always checking out their show. Q, Go, they do excellent work, y'all, so show them some love, man. They show all us Falcons content creators a lot of love, so as Falcons fans, let's show them some love. Make sure you do subscribe to Black Cat Panther Podcast, please. DJ Gaming says Ritter stand up for get rid of. I ring the bell for that. Yo, appreciate y'all coming through. Let's get the show going. We're gonna start off talking a little Desmond Ritter, y'all, real quick. I really haven't had an opportunity to really drop my thoughts about Desmond Ritter being traded. I'm gonna tell y'all that, and also I'm gonna pose a question. Is Desmond Ritter mad at the Falcons? Is he pissed at the Falcons? Is he pissed at us fans? And I'm gonna tell y'all why I think that in just a minute too. But my thoughts on the trade, I'm gonna be honest, man. I know Desmond Ritter has always been a very polarizing topic, a polarizing person in regards to the Falcons and this fan base. And y'all know I've been a heavy Desmond Ritter critic, a heavy Desmond Ritter critic for quite some time. For quite some time. I never liked the idea of him coming in being our uncontested starter and really just in his second year in the league. With only 4 starts under his belt. So I was always very critical here on this channel of Ritter. But I will say this, and I think I expressed this on the channel also. I thought it would have been a good idea to keep him on the roster, namely because he does have that experience as a starter. Say what you want to about him as a quarterback in general. But that experience starting is very valuable in the NFL. You have started a number of games and you're very young, as he is, and he was also very cheap. I think Ritter only cost us about 1.5 million dollars. Now that's a whole lot of money for us to come in, folks. But in the NFL, that's nothing to them, That's nothing to them. They probably spend more than that on a few commercials. So 1.5 million dollars for a young quarterback who has some starting experience and actually has the potential to get better. I just felt like that was the ideal situation to keep him on the roster, even if you got to measure your quarterback, your QB3, battling for that QB2 position with whoever was going to be in Flowery Branch, and it seems like that will be Taylor Heineke at this point in time. So I thought it was a good idea. Keep him on the roster, continue to develop him, and just see where that goes. Year 3, year 4 with Ritter, just to have him on the roster. He already has a relationship with a lot of guys that's in the locker room, obviously. So I didn't think it was a bad idea to keep him on the team at all. And again, I think I actually mentioned that on one of these shows. But nonetheless, the decision makers, the shot callers for the Falcons did not agree with me because he was traded earlier this week. I forget exactly which day it was, but they did decide to let Desmond Ritter go. Well, not let him go, but they traded him. So obviously, once Zach Robinson looked at that film, he digested that film. He said, "Hell no, this MF got to go right now." So they got rid of him. They did trade Ritter. The reason I say I wonder if Ritter is mad at the Falcons or this fan base or a combination of both. I'm gonna tell y'all why I say that. Y'all tell me what y'all think too. Y'all tell me like, hey, Toddy, you might got a point in our bro. You tripping, you thinking too much into it. But normally, we live in a social media society. We live in a technology society. I'm using technology right now, and I'm on a form of social media right now. So, obviously, that's where we're at in 2024 as a society. And of course, as the years continue to pass, social media will continue to get big and dominate a lot of our lives, as well as the technology. That's just what it is. With me saying that, it has kind of become customary, especially for someone of Desmond Ritter's age group who's a social media baby. It has kind of become customary or the norm when a player, especially a player that has been drafted by a team and they have had significant playing time like Ritter has, normally when a team cuts a player, releases a player, or even if they're traded, normally, not always, but normally, a good amount of times, that player normally will get on social media and they will put out whether it be a long statement like Matt Ryan did when he left here. He put out a very long statement, or a short statement like Cordero Patterson did when it was obvious he wasn't coming back to the Falcons. Cordero put out a statement on his social media, but normally the player, they'll release some kind of statement on their social media. They're going to thank the organization, or they're going to thank the fans, or they're going to thank a combination of both, or they may just say, do something like Cordero, ATL has been real, much love. Just something, some kind of acknowledgement, appreciation to the fan base or the organization. If you didn't like the organization, a lot of times a player, they may come on their social media and say, hey, Falcons fans, man, y'all showed me a lot of love, man. I appreciate my time here. Or if they didn't really like the fan base, they may come on and thank the organization. Hey, Atlanta Falcons, I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to live out a lifelong dream, something I'll always remember. Jono Smith did, and he was only here 1 year. We didn't draft him. He was only here a year, and we cut him and he did it. Desmond Ritter played here 2 years. We drafted him in the third round. He was a starter, the most part of his second season. So I kind of expected Ritter to get on his Twitter or his Instagram or both and put out just some kind of statement, hey, Atlanta, appreciate the opportunity. It was a lot of fun while I was here, much love, or thank you, Falcons fans. Thank you, Atlanta Falcons, for, having me here, world-class organization, great organization, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know what I'm saying. But as of this broadcast, Desmond Ritter has not put anything on his Instagram. He's not put anything on his Twitter. And I know it's not a case of him not being on either of them, because he has changed his Instagram from Atlanta Falcons quarterback to Arizona Cardinals quarterback. So he has been on his Instagram. He's at least been on one of them. And even a lot of times sports agents will advise a player to do that because it's just the right thing to do. Hey, it's just the right thing to do. It looks good. It looks good for us. We may not be here but a year. It just looks good. So, hey, let's release a statement. Sometimes the agent themselves will put out the statement, or a player's publicist, depending on, maybe how big or how famous that particular player is. But again, as of this broadcast, we have not heard anything from Ritter. Nothing. And that just makes me wonder, is he mad at the Falcons? Is he mad at the fans? Is he mad at a combination of both? Did he not really like playing in Atlanta? Did he really not like our fan base? Did the constant criticism of Ritter, do something to him to the point where he was like, F Atlanta, you ungrateful MFers. While I was here, all y'all did was complain about me, bicker about me, at me in y'all comments on Instagram talking about how trash I was. F y'all. I'm glad I'm out this city. Boy, I'm glad I get a fresh start in Arizona. I'm so glad to get out of Atlanta. I ain't got nothing good to say about y'all. Bye. I'm glad I'm gone. I'm gone. I ain't looking back. I ain't thanking y'all for jack it. You know what I'm saying? I just found that odd that he hasn't said anything. Again, Jono Smith, as soon as he got traded, he appreciated Atlanta. Much love. World-class organization, met a lot of great people here, great locker room. Cordero Patterson, he said something. That's just normally what players do a lot of times nowadays. And we just haven't heard anything from Desmond. Desmond has been quiet as a church mouse, as they say. So, that kind of just stood out to me. And what are y'all thoughts? Am I thinking too much into it? Or maybe, hey, maybe it is something there. Maybe he is sour. Maybe he's upset that he got traded from the Falcons. Maybe he's upset that he got benched. I'm interested to know y'all thoughts, on that. As I go back to the comments here, DJ Gamer says, even though he was garbage, I would be mad if I was him too. So DJ said, hey, man, he got a valid reason to be mad. And DJ, why would you say you would be mad too if he was him? I'm interested to know what you think about that. The road Maven, what's up, Road? Says that wide receiver was very valuable considering we needed more weapons and a return man. Now, I totally agree with you on that. Now that we have acquired more wide receivers here in free agency, we can draft other places that we need help at, like pass rusher, things of that nature. Red Swarm says I knew they had to let Ritter go to another team when Kirko said that Kyle Pitts had called him and was recruiting him. Yeah, Kirk kind of let the cat out of the bag. Ritter was going to be pouting like a little baby in the locker room. Good. Hey, great point, Swarm. Great point. Great point. Maybe that hurt his feelings, Maybe he thought like, dang, Kyle, you supposed to be my boy. How you gonna be recruiting this dude and you know him here in the locker room, bro? We had been talking and texting on the phone about things we're gonna work on in the offseason. Here you go recruiting somebody to come push me out of the organization. So that's a good point. Excellent point. Road Maven says more could start. Very possible. Very possible. Jimmy Hall says, I'll say this, that draft class is looking very bad, minus Purdy. Goes to show drafting a quarterback is not as easy as some try to make it look. That's a great point. That is a valid point. Honestly, man, a lot of these quarterback classes lately are kind of looking questionable. It's too early to call last year's draft class. Although CJ Stroud looked like he's gonna be, if he stays on this pace, he'll go down in history as one of the all-time great quarterbacks if he can stay relatively injury-free and continue this pace. Too early to call, I think. Maybe too early to call the shot for Bryce Young. But I got Q and GOAT in the building, and trust me, they think he garbage. So, and he was the first pick overall. So, Will Levis, we got to see what happens with him. But yeah, Justin Fields traded, Trey Lance traded, Kenny Pickett traded, Sunshine still starting. Trevor Lawrence, he's still starting, but I will say this: I don't think Trevor Lawrence has matched the hype and the expectations yet in Jacksonville. I don't think he's matched the hype and the expectations. And that fan base is starting to get a little louder about Trevor Lawrence too. I keep tabs on Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville too. Same with Justin Fields. They Georgia boys, so I do got that little bias there from Georgia, from cats from Georgia. And their fan base was starting to kind of, they were growling a little bit at Trevor last year. Jacksonville expected to do a lot better than they did. And Trevor Lawrence, them fans starting to like, hey, come on, bro. Shoot, year 3, let's go. All them young excuses, hey, we don't want to hear it no more. Let's get to it. So, you make a valid point. It's not as easy as it may seem to just go out there and get a CJ Stroud. Most times than not, man, you get a quarterback. Most times than not, they're not gonna hit. And I think you could probably say that for almost any position in the league. Some positions have a higher hit rate than others. I think offensive line has the highest hit rate, but in general, most draft picks are not gonna work out. You only got 53 on the active roster. You got 7 rounds every year in the NFL draft. And then you also have a bunch of guys are going to just already be on the team from the following season. So if you really break down and do the math, most times than not, a draft pick won't work out. That's just the law of large numbers, that most times it won't work out. But that's a great point, though, Jimmy. Larry from the Dixon Way in the bill. Let's ring the bell for the Dixon Way. Shout out to the Dixon Way. If you're not already subscribed to the Dixon Way, make sure that you do subscribe to them. Pretty much the best in-game commentary that you're going to find on social media, on YouTube. Turn the TV down, turn them up, and show them a lot of love. Make sure you do hit the like button, subscribe, and share also as well. He says, good morning, Tyler. What's up? Good morning to you, bro. Says, Ritter needs to be mad at the turnovers he had. And then Arthur Smith, not us. You got paid millions to be butt cheeks. This is what you signed up for as a pro football player. Banging on Ritter. Okay. Wow. I felt the banging. I felt the banging through that statement, man. So, hey, man, he said, hey, bro, don't be mad at us. be mad at you. You turned the ball over. That's you and Arthur Smith and y'all scheme. Hey, bro, we gonna come on. We gonna get on your ass if you bad. We're gonna prop you up if you're good. So don't blame us. Don't blame us. And Larry, I'm just asking, man, because like Larry, you know how it go. You on social media. You on Instagram. You on Twitter. You know how it go, Larry. Normally when the players leave, man, they put something out, man. They put some kind of thank you or some type of show of appreciation. And we are yet to see that from Desmond Ritter. So I don't know. Maybe it'll come out today. We'll see. We will see. I got my dog Winston Thornton in the building from the eye test. Shout out to the eye test. Also, make sure to show the eye test some love. Also on YouTube as well. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you do subscribe to them right now. Let's run up the subs, run up the shares, and run up the comments. Also, says what's going on, Bucket Chat? Smash that like button. Yeah, please smash that like button for your dog. I definitely do appreciate it. Thank you very much. We got Wayne Gain Auto Garage. I hope I said that correct. In the building. What's going on to you, bro? Appreciate you coming through, showing some love. What's popping? What's happening with you, bro? C Dub says maybe it's easier to just leave. Maybe so. Maybe hey, I'm just out of here, bro. I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. Peace, deuces. Hussein Bands in the building. What's going on? Says, what did he say? What did who say? And I know I'm probably behind on your comment. You probably responded to something I said earlier, but refresh my memory on exactly what you mean when you say that. Let's see who we got. We got RJ Falcon in the building, 242. He probably mad at not delivering his draft day promise. Hey, that's a valid point because he did say he was going to bring us a Super Bowl before he left. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe he feels disappointed in himself and maybe a little bit at the team. So yeah, you got a valid point. Maybe next week, he'll come out and say something. I really just expect him to say something though, as a quarterback. We all know 98% of the time the quarterback gonna be the face of the team. So I really did expect him to say something. Archangel says probably how you really felt about our fan base. Ark says our fan base can be vicious on it. Let's ring the bell for that. Yeah, they can. Yes, they definitely can. I agree with you on that. And boy, they was vicious at Ritter. I will say that. I definitely will say that. You're right. All right, maybe he got tired of looking at his mentions and just seeing his name being dragged through the mud, man. You make a very, very valuable point when you do say that. KD Dawson in the building. What's going on, KD? Appreciate you coming through, showing some love, bro. Because he big mad, but he feeling that way. He should, and then get better and set it off like Brett Favre. Hey, great point, bro. Use that. If he is mad, use that emotion to make yourself better. And you do bring up Brett Favre, who the Atlanta Falcons drafted in the 1991 draft in the second round. I think he was the first pick of the second round, if memory serves me correctly. And there was a lot of going on with him his rookie year, sitting behind Chris Miller. He liked to party. He liked to drink. So without getting too much of the details, the Falcons decided to trade him to Green Bay, and the rest is history. He used that emotion and motivated himself and won a Super Bowl, and is widely considered one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. Most people or most publications probably do have Brett Favre in the top 10. He was one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch when he was in his prime and he was playing. And I enjoy watching Brett Favre play, not because of the Falcons attachment. Again, he was only here for a year, and this is 91 too, not because he was drafted by Atlanta. He was a former Falcon, but I just like watching Brett Favre play. Brett Favre, his demeanor and how he carried himself on the field. Brett Favre was like, he had the mentality and the drive of a linebacker, but he played quarterback. He was a get in your face type of guy, talk a bunch of shit. As a quarterback, most quarterbacks ain't like that, especially back then. Quarterbacks didn't really move like that. But you sat Brett, he jumped right up. He started talking that junk in your face. I used to love the rivalry that him and Warren Sapp had. I used to love, I used to love to watch Tampa Bay, Green Bay play. I like the fact that Brett Favre was scared to sling that ball. You know, he had a big arm. I enjoyed watching Brett Favre play. And during his time, he was definitely one of my favorite players to watch in the NFL. Ray Ellison in the bell says, "What's up, Tyler? What's up, Ray? How you doing? How's it going?" Let's see, Wayne. I hope I'm pronouncing this right, bro. Wayne Gain autograph says he's at a wedding this weekend. Okay, all right. So maybe we will hear something from Ritter on Monday. So maybe I jumped the gun just a little bit on that. So maybe we'll hear something from him on Monday. JJ Era says he may be a little salty. Suck it up, Buttercup. Maybe so. But maybe we'll hear something from him Monday. You know, Monday is normally a big media day. Overall, not just in sports, but overall, Monday is normally a big media day. The weekend is typically a slow media day. So maybe we will hear something from him Monday. Maybe his agent, tells him, hey, bro, we need to put out some kind of statement to, thanking Atlanta or just showing some kind of appreciation to the fans, to the Falcons. And just like somebody else said, Falcons fans can be vicious on the net, which is true. But Ritter did have a lot of supports too. You know what I mean? And that's normally the case in this fan base. It normally be split down the middle about the quarterback. 50% will say the quarterback is trash, is garbage, he need to go. The other 50% say, no, y'all tripping, he good, or let him develop. And that's just normally how we are. Even with this Kirk Cousins thing. 50% of us support the signing of Kirk Cousins, and other 50% was like, nah, we tripping. We spent $180 million on an old guy with a bad Achilles. Typical Falcons. That's just how we roll, bro. We got that duality within the fan base that's been here for quite some time now. C-Dub says he should be mad at himself since he had the chance to stand out, but new beginning for him. And that might be a good thing, a lot of time change is good. So we'll see what happens with him in Arizona. Being a backup to Kyler Murray, maybe, who knows? Maybe if Kyler doesn't play good, maybe they give Ritter another shot and maybe he jumps in there and then excels. Who knows? Maybe he'll be the Brock Purdy of Arizona. That remains to be seen. Baby Dion Hall. What's up, Dion? So Dan said he wasn't leaving until he brought us a Super Bowl, y'all. Yep. And I really wish he could have lived up to that promise, man. Boy, that would have done wonders for us as Falcons fans, man. Got this big silverback gorilla off our back, that only got bigger after 28-3. So God willing, I'll be here to see these Falcons win one Super Bowl. All I wanted to win. Being a Falcons fan, you can't really be too greedy because you done been through the mud too much. You done had too much heartache and heartbreak. So being a Falcons fan, you can't be too greedy. If we get one, I'm good. I'm straight. I satisfied. Would I prefer more than one? Of course. But if we can get one, cool. I'm good with that. Jimmy House says Ritter will probably say something soon. I wouldn't look too much into it. Okay. And like I said, I could be jumping the gun, man. I really could be jumping the gun, and like you say, he may say something soon. Tomorrow may be the day that he does say something, man. So maybe I need to wait it out just a little bit longer. DJ Games says I would be mad because I felt like I gave my all to Atlanta, and all I got was criticism. And also, I didn't get a second chance with the new coach. Good point. Very good point. Very good point when you say I didn't get a chance with the new coach. That's a good point. And even though I wasn't a Ritter guy, I wasn't big on Ritter, but I'm fair. I do remain fair. And you make such a damn good point. We said I didn't get a chance with a new coach because if us Falcons fans, whether we right or wrong, but if the extreme vast majority of Falcons fans were blaming Arthur Smith and his play calling, his scheme on a big reason why the Falcons failed under his, leadership, wouldn't reasonable thinking say, well, that's probably a big reason that Desmond Ritter didn't play up to his potential also because of the coaching staff he played for. So you make a good point. And again, I'm not a Ritter guy, but, I'm going to be fair about things as well. And that is a good point. He didn't get a chance with a new coach. So, hey, man, maybe so. Maybe he felt like he deserved a chance. And then not only that, DJ, The new coaches came in talking like they were going to keep Ritter. The new coaches came in talking like they were going to keep Ritter. You know, Raheem Morris said he's excited to start working with him. Zach Robinson said he was excited to start working with him. And then 2-3 weeks later, they cut him. So and I'm sure if they said that publicly, they probably told him that privately as well. So he's probably had condition in his mind, I will be in Atlanta next year. Yeah, I'm not going to start, but I'm going to be in the system. I'm going to have an opportunity to learn a new offense, play for new coaches. And he could have been looking forward to that. And then one day they call him in the office and say, hey, son, pack your bags. You're going to Arizona. So that's a valid point, man. Very, very valid point. C-Dub says, hey, Kyle, look at Ritter. Say, bye, itch. Kirk, I give you anything you want. Rusty Moore Jr. says, just join. Why Dad's mad? Not our fault. He's buzzed. What we were saying, Rusty, is he hasn't released anything on social media, which normally players would do when they get cut or they get released from teams nowadays. You know, they'll make some kind of Instagram or Twitter post, or they may do both. Thanking the fans and thanking the organization. You know, even if they don't thank the franchise, a lot of times they will thank the fans. I remember when Devondre Campbell, you know, said something about when he left. He didn't say a whole lot of nice things about the fan base necessarily, but he did, you know, thank the Falcons, you know, for the opportunity. Cordero Patterson was here, 3 years? He said something on his Twitter. It wasn't a very long statement, but he showed his appreciation. Jono Smith was only here 1 year, you know, and he was cut. Ritter was traded. You know, it's not like he was cut, but Jono Smith released a statement thanking the organization, thanking the fan base, showing his appreciation. And we are yet to see that from Desmond Ritter. So that's what we're talking about right now. Zay in the back says he had to go. He needed to change the scenery. If he was here another year, the locker room would have been all the way thrown off. Good point. You know, maybe change was good for him as well, based on how his starting tenure went out in Atlanta, starting, getting benched, getting back in the starting lineup, and getting benched again. So maybe a change of scenery was exactly what he needed. Hussein Ban said he probably feels like we never were behind him. And that's true. But it's not his fault completely. If you look at some of what Arthur Blank did, he wasn't giving him I think you mean Arthur Smith did. He wasn't giving him preseason snaps, and he was a 3rd-round pick. I know a lot of us fans, and you know, even a good bit of us content creators, you know, we pointed that out. You know, why is it he not playing more snaps in the preseason? You know, he needs the reps, he needs the experience. And I think as the season went on, we realized that, you know, hey, he needed more snaps, he needed more experience. And as you mentioned, Arthur Smith, you know, I don't know what Arthur Smith got against playing these guys in the preseason. I don't get it. You know, we'll see how that goes now that, well, he won't be making that decision in Pittsburgh, but that was kind of his thing. He didn't play his starters a whole lot. Like you say, he probably felt we were never behind him. There was a lot of criticism of Ritter online, man. You know, it was. It was. And I'm sure he read it. You know, he even acknowledged it at one point during the interview. You know, he said he does hear the noise. He does, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said he does hear the noise. He does see or read that people are questioning him. So maybe that got in the back of his head, man. And maybe he just felt like, you know, we were just a bunch of hating ass fans. You know what I mean? And he glad to get out of here. You know, maybe that's what he felt about us, man. You never know. All right, Angel says all the regulars like me, gang. Let's ring the bell for that also. Gang in the bell. Hussein Ban says pick and only 4 games on his belt, not smart at all. DeAndre says, what's up, Todd? How you feeling? I'm feeling good, bro. How's everything going with you? Says Desmond Ritter didn't stand on his word because he left without bringing us a Super Bowl. He'll not even playoff trip. And that could be some of his disappointment, DeAndre. You know, maybe he feels some kind of way because he wasn't able to fulfill his promise made to Falcons fans. And I went mad at him for saying that. In fact, I respect his mind, for going out on the limb and saying that. I think he had a good feeling of how the fan base were at the time he came here. We were Super Bowl star. We still dealing with the post-traumatic stress of 28-3. He probably could feel we stood in our feelings for losing that Super Bowl to New England. And he felt like, hey, man, I want to be the guy to come in here and be Atlanta's savior. I want to take Matt Ryan and Mike Vick off the quarterback throwing in Atlanta. 10, 15, 20 years from now, when y'all talk about quarterbacks in Atlanta, y'all going to mention me before you mention Matt. You're going to mention me before you mention Mike Vick. You're going to mention me before you mention Steve Bartkowski. I want to be that guy. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. Wish it would have happened, but it did. It didn't at all. KD says, going to be an interesting season indeed. Yes, it will, bro. Let's run the bell for that. I'm looking forward to it, man. KD, I'll say this about this coming season. First, I'm always excited about Falcons football. Even when I knew we're going to be sorry and we're going to be jumped. There have been some seasons I've been like, boy, we ain't going to win about 5-6 games. Some seasons I'll be like, boy, we lucky if we win 7 games. We're going to be lucky. Even the seasons I know we trash, we jump, I'm still excited because I'm a football fan. Falcons are my favorite team. But this is the first season, man, in years. This is the first season in years. I've been optimistically excited. Optimistically excited. I say optimistically because I feel like we are at minimum a 10-win team, and we ain't even drafted yet. I feel like we will be in the playoffs this year. And we hadn't even drafted yet. So we have not even added to the team. I feel like right now, this team could go win 10 games right now as constructed. We hadn't even drafted yet. So I'm very optimistic about this year. Again, I feel like this is at least a 10-win team. So this is the first time, man, in years, man. This is the first time since the Matt and Julio, Tevin Coleman, Devontae Freeman prime years that I've been optimistic about the Falcons. Probably the first time since like 2017. I felt like we were going to be a good team. Actually, that is the first time because going into the 2018 season, I felt and I saw that the Falcons were headed downhill. I saw it, especially the way our season ended in 2017. We pretty much got to the goal line and feeling and choked. And I just said, like, you know what? This era is done. They're not going to be able to come back emotionally from these two type of postseason losses. The Super Bowl loss and then the Philly loss. I knew the team was doomed from that point forward. It was just too much to handle emotionally for the team. So this is the first time since 2017 that I went into a season like, man, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be a good team. So it's been a while. What's that? About 7 years, I think. Ark says they traded. Trey Lance traded word too. Trey Lance was traded to the Cowboys. Trey Lance got traded a minute ago too, bro. They traded him a minute ago. And what they traded him for a 4th rounder, I think it was. Trey Lance was traded for, but yeah, he been gone for a minute. Baby Dion says Dez said he wasn't leaving until he got a Super Bowl, but we hate on him with the trade. Yeah, and again, I wish we could have got that Super Bowl, man. It would have been so nice. Let's see. Jimmy House says, remember we wanted Willis. Laughing out loud. No, not we. Some wanted Willis. Some people wanted Willis. I didn't want no part of Malik Willis, man. I didn't want no part of Malik. I just saw Malik Wallace as a project quarterback, man. I knew you was gonna have to work with him, and he needed time to get to a certain place. I always saw him as a 2 to 3 year project quarterback. So some people wanted Malik Willis, not all of us. Not all of us at all. Hussein says, talk about my comments. What's your comment, Hussein? If I miss it, I apologize to you, man. But write it again, and I'll definitely address it. road Maven said Sunshine could wind up being Eli Manning. Maybe so. And if so, I say that's a great career, man. No matter what people say about Eli got 2 rings. And he was a major part of both of them. You know, he got 2 rings and beat Brady. You know what I'm saying? How many cats would say they done beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl? Eli and Nick Foles. Aren't those the only 2 that can have those bragging rights? Isn't it Nick Foles and Eli, man? The only cats that they said, man, I whooped Tom Brady ass in the Super Bowl. Y'all let Brady get to the Super Bowl and Michael Jordan, y'all, but no, I busted Douglas' ass when I got to the Super Bowl. So Eli and Nick Foles. I surely wish we could say Matt Ryan was included in that select few, but you know, we won't go down that road today. We won't go down that road. It's Sunday, you know, early Sunday afternoon, so we're gonna try to keep it on the positive level if we can. Slim Dollar 87. What's going on, Slim? How you been doing, bro? Ain't seen you in a minute. Says fans are always going to side with the team over the player no matter what. But to me, Arthur Smith set Ritter up to fail. And if I was him, I wouldn't say anything about or to them and just move on. Let's ring the bell for that. Hey, Slim. Maybe Ritter thinking like you thinking. I ain't got nothing to say about them or to them. I'm moving on. I ain't got nothing to say. He probably he might be looking at us, say, homeboy, you in front of the microphone. I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. I'm not going to address y'all fans. I'm not going to address that team. I got a new place of employment. I'm looking forward to playing in Arizona. You know, much better weather. Even though Atlanta weather was perfect, hey, this is even better. I'm moving on. You know, y'all continue to talk about me. Hey, it's cool, but I'm moving on. I am moving on. So that might be it. That definitely may be it. Dixon Way says, even Justin Fields had a farewell letter to the city of Chicago. That's what I'm saying, Larry. And to the Bears organization, Ritter has no backbone and ain't man enough to do the right thing. Smell like entitlement, title. Let's ring the bell for that. Larry, bring it on, Ritter. Larry, that's what I'm saying, man. No, especially quarterbacks, man. You know, like if you're the right guard or left guard, hey, man, you probably gonna sneak under the radar. You know, ain't nobody gonna really expect you to say a whole lot unless you played there for a very long time. But as the quarterback, man, like again, you the figurehead of the team. You started. We drafted you. And everything Justin Fields went through in Chicago, you know, he even was man enough, like Larry just pointed out, to say something. And I mean, and again, he might say something. You know, I might just be jumping the gun, so let me point that out. But you know, I kind of feel like, and again, as a lot of you have already pointed out, and myself, you know, our fans are pretty vicious online. You know, I know somebody's be looking at the games and be like, man, do Atlanta got in the fans? They don't never go to the game. But online, boy, Falcons fans are pretty vicious. So, but even with that said, there were a lot of people that supported Desmond Ritter. There was a lot. There was a lot to say, this is my quarterback. I'm going to support him until he's no longer my quarterback. So I really kind of feel like, and maybe me saying he owes that to them fans is me maybe being a little entitled, or me maybe expecting too much. But I kind of feel like at least that segment of the fan base, that because they went to bat for him. They fought for him during these Falcons fans civil wars. A lot of them bought his jersey. A lot of them showed up to the game. A lot of them were in his comment section with encouraging, positive feedback. So I do kind of feel like he owes at least that segment of the fan base. Even if he don't want to think the Falcons as a franchise, you know, hey, I appreciate you know, all the Falcons fans who stood in my corner during everything. I was gonna say during turbulent times, but you don't even have to say that. I appreciate all the Falcons fans, you know, that stood by me during my tenure there, you know. Just something. You know, but we'll see. Like again, maybe jumping the gun. Let me jump in again. Hussein says, I met with what did Desmond say? But I get it now. You're saying his non-responsive says a lot. Yeah, exactly. You're absolutely correct. C Dub says, I am waiting for him to say Desmond's follow me to Arizona. Let's ring the bell for that. Some of them may leave, man. Some of them may go. Marina in the building. What's going on, Marina? Yeah, Marina. We Marina, unfortunately. Maybe I shouldn't say unfortunately. But obviously Kyle will be here, Marina. So we are going to have to find us a new hashtag, Marina. But we was on that hashtag free Kyle Pitts hard. We come out and bang out to it all the time on the Waffle House. It kind of gained some legs a little bit. It was fun. It was fun also during that time. But we got to put it to bed, Marina. And Marina already thought of a new one. Hashtag resurrect Kyle Pitts. Let's ring the bell for that. Hashtag resurrect Kyle Pitts. Hashtag Kirk O'Baines. And also, should we call him? Well, we won't give him the unicorn back just yet. But Kirk and also Kyle. Hashtag we need Kyle Pitts 1,000 yards. Hashtag 8 touchdowns. Let's go. We back, Kyle. We back, baby. We back, Kyle. Let's go. Shout out to Marina. What's going on? Appreciate you coming through. Rusty says, I don't expect Ritter to come out with a statement thanking the organization. He was here for 2 years and not very good. He wasn't some 15-year vet who had a ton of success. Art Smith didn't even think of. Well, coaches are different. Coaches are vastly different. I really don't think that's like a equal value comparison when you say coaches, because you really won't find very many NFL coaches who are active on social media. That it's a bad look for a coach to be on Instagram and Twitter, and they may have one up just for business purposes, but coaches are different. Players and coaches, they look at social media differently. Especially the players of Ritter's age. He's a social media baby. I'm not a social media baby. When I grew up, we didn't. There was no Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Like that wasn't even thought of at that point in time. So I don't think those two really are equal comparison. But when you say he was only here 2 years, Cordell Patterson was only here 3 years. He said something. Jono Smith was only here 1 year, and he put out a pretty detailed statement, thanking the organization, thanking the fans, showing his appreciation, talking about how great the locker room was. And he was only here for 1 year. And Desmond Ritter, we drafted Desmond. We didn't draft Jono Smith, but we drafted Desmond. Desmond was able to start here as a third rounder. I won't say he owed that to the Falcons or he owed it to the fans, but my expectation was for him to say something. I will say that. And maybe he will. Again, maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe he will come out and say something. Tyreek in the building. What's going on, Tyreek? It's been a minute. Kyler Murray, better watch out. Hey, you got Dez in the building, bro. You better not slip. Keon in the building says, what's up, Uncle Ty? Let's ring the bell. But Keon in the building. What's going on, Keon? How you feeling, bro? Hope everything going good. Let's see here. Larry says, compared to Philly, New York City, or Boston, our fans and media are a lot less toxic. That's true. As those fan bases are just weak sauce character flaws showing. Ritter never had those leadership qualities they said he had. Banging on Ritter still. Larry came to bang. Well, Larry line Ritter up. Larry line Ritter up. Hey, I tend to agree with you, Larry. I tend to, like I say, hey, man, use a quarterback, man. Somebody in the comment section said, hey, man, Justin Fields already put out his statement, bro. Somebody said, Justin already put out his statement. He done put it out and he done moved on. Hey, man, bro. Larry, maybe we'll get it Monday, man. Maybe we'll get it on Media Day Monday. Maybe it's coming. Maybe it's coming. Ranks for him. I ain't saying that's how I'm feeling. Larry also said it doesn't take 5 minutes to thank the organization that drafted his sorry ass and those fans that actually supported him, even through his horrible play on a banging on Ritter. What y'all gave Larry that morning? What? I I agree, Larry. I agree. And Larry said it don't take 5 minutes. That's something you can really do. Man, social media now, you know, I'm sure Dad's got a great smartphone, whatever he using, iPhone, Android, whatever it is. Hey, I'm sure it costs a nice healthy penny. I'm sure you got great Wi-Fi, you know. Like Larry said, it don't even take 5 minutes. You get on your phone. I want to thank the Atlanta Falcons organizations and the fans for the opportunity from the Falcons and also the fans for the support. Much love, DR9. That's it. You ain't got to do like us fans and hashtag and all that craziness. That's it. Just some kind of acknowledgement. Larry, I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Definitely with you on that. Baby Dion says Kirk Cousins signing. Hold on. Kirk Cousins signing got Falcons content creators banging on each other. Hey, man, it's been a pretty eventful week. I will say that. But I'll touch on this. I won't spend a lot of time on it. Hopefully we all can come together and just operate on a common ground. None of us are required to like anybody. That goes for being online and offline. That's just people in general. But if we all can respect each other just for the good of the fan base, that would be a good thing. Dixon Way says he's a leader of men, they said. He has that moxie of a leader. Bulls talk because they couldn't talk about his arm talent or his ability to read defense. Still banging on Ritter. Still banging on Dez. Xander Baxter, I'm definitely gonna watch the press conference with Ritter and the Cardinals. Zay, you think they're gonna get? Do you think they're gonna get Ritter a press conference? That's the question. That's the question. Do you? Let me see how I can say this without making it seem like I'm trying to disrespect Ritter. But do you think a player of his caliber, the Cardinals would put their resources into set up a press conference? Because of course he's not coming there to start. I don't know if he's gonna get one. I might be wrong, but I'm not sure he'll get one. I may be wrong on that, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. Artist says, "Big homie, I'm a defensive guy, and our D line needs help badly. Who do you see Terry Fontenot going after in free agency in the draft? We need pass rush and cornerback too." Good question. D line, I do consider pass rush as a extension of the defensive line. I'm hoping that's our 8th pick as a pass rusher. As much as I love him, I don't even think the Falcons would even take another offensive skill position in the draft at this point. I know some of our Falcons Twitter or campaigning for the Falcons to take a wide receiver at 8. I'm gonna tell y'all now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. You can write this down and mark your calendars. If the Falcons, if they draft a wide receiver, if they draft a pass catcher, even Brock Bowers, and Brock Bowers is one of my all-time favorite college football players ever. Damn good dog. But if the Falcons take any type of pass catcher, even another running back, anybody that catches a pass at number 8 in the draft, I'm banging on their ass. I'm coming immediately on draft day. I'm gonna wait to draft night. That way I can have a little lick in my system. I'm gonna bang on them like no other. So with that said, give me Dallas Turner, Jerry Verse. Let's get a little youth movement with the defensive guys. You got a youth movement with the offensive guys. You got Bijan, of course. You got Drake, Champagne, Poppy, London. And of course, Kyle Pitts. Resurrect Kyle Pitts. Hashtag resurrect Kyle Pitts. So give me a pass rusher, Jared versus Dallas Turner. And you're right. We need a cornerback too. I hope they can address that some type of way, man. I would not be comfortable with Clark Phillips lining up to start week 1. Would not be comfortable with D Alford lining up to start week 1. So we'll see. We'll see. Free agents is still out there. So we'll see what they'll do with cornerback too. But you're absolutely correct. Those are definitely areas of concern. Katie says, been here since William Andrews, bro. Shout out to William Andrews. Talent-wise, B. John is still writing his novel, so I'm excluding him. But talent-wise, best Falcons running back of all time. And it's just a shame what injuries did to his career. Because even for the Falcons, and they were bad during his time too. We've been bad forever. Lord help us. But anyway, even during William Andrews' time, man, William Andrews, he was on a first ballot Hall of Fame pace as a running back, man. First ballot Hall of Fame pace, man. I know it's a lot of cats that's younger than me that watch the show or just watch Falcons content creation. But man, go back and just and shout out to Uncle Steve, because I hear Uncle Steve talk about William Andrews all the time. And if you go back and you watch some film, you do your research on William Andrews, you'll see why. Man, he was a bad boy. He was a bad baboy. I know a lot of us talk about Jamal Anderson, Michael Burner Turner, but neither one of them cats have been William Andrews, bro. That dude was different. That dude was way different, man. It's just a shame what injuries, did to his career, bro. Because if he could have got 10 years, 12 years, bro, they'd have been talking about him like they talk about Tony Dorsett, Walter Payton, Emmitt Smith. I'm not saying that he would have been like at that Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith level, but when they started naming great running backs, Damian Thomason, Eric Dickerson, people would have been saying William Andrews, but unfortunately for him, unfortunately for us as Falcons fans, and unfortunately just for NFL fans in general, injuries robbed him of a first ballot Hall of Fame career. That boy was bad, man. That William Andrews was a boy, beast, real beast. Keon says, regardless of the poor situation he had here, that man was terrible. I can actually say we lost a couple games because of him. Banging on record. Everyone gave the rookie excuse, but he didn't even show flashes. Amen. And then I can say after that, bro, because I agree with you, dog. Like, you perfectly stated, man. Perfectly stated. He just wasn't ready to start, man. I will deflect a lot of the blame to Terry and Arthur Smith for putting him and putting the team and putting the fans in that situation, because he obviously wasn't ready to start, bro. He wasn't ready. The environment, the situation, the scenario, the lights were just way too big for him, man. Way too big. Road Maven says Raheem Smith said I wouldn't be here if we had better quarterback play, so he can't be too surprised. That's a good point. That's a good ass point, man. It's crazy, man, that Raheem Morrison, like his first, I guess it was probably his first press conference, or probably one of his first public appearances or statements as the Falcons coach. He kind of came in and stepped on Desmond Ritter when he said that. He pretty much said, "Hey, man, y'all if y'all didn't have a trash quarterback, you still have Arthur Smith here. If the trash quarterback wasn't here." Man, I'm sure Ritter probably felt 2 feet small after he saw that statement or read that statement, because I'm quite sure that I know he saw it. Obviously he saw it. He's, man. Hussein says, well, Raheem admitted that if we didn't have a quarterback problem, he wouldn't be our coach more than likely. You're right. And our road just said that also. Y'all absolutely right when you do say that. Keon says, Ritter showed no growth after starting more than enough games. And that was the issue, bro. You know, as long as I've been watching football, trust me, I understand, man. Young quarterbacks, again, I'm using CJ Stroud again. You only got probably a 1-2% chance of getting a CJ Stroud. You know, who just come in game one rookie. All right, I look like an 8-year vet. I can do this. So I understood Ritter was going to make a lot of mistakes. There was going to be some turnovers. But as you mentioned, man, you didn't see the progression with Ritter, man. You just did not see from week 1 to week 10, okay, he's progressing. He's improving. It kind of started being the total opposite. And he really left Arthur Smith no choice but to eventually put him on the bench at all. Tyree said, I could have sworn Zach Robinson said he was looking forward to working. He did. Tyree, he did. He definitely said that. In fact, I think that was one of his first public statements about the Falcons, how much he was looking forward to watching the growth of Desmond Ritter. Then he's released. Maybe that's why Ritter didn't thank the Falcons. Maybe that's why he didn't thank the Dirty Birds. You know, Raheem Morris said something to that extent also. And well, traded, I should say. And they end up trading him. So absolutely right. That's exactly what they said. Winston from the eye test says Ritter had a shot to show himself and he failed miserably. A change of environment and offensive philosophy could save his career, but he has to seize the opportunity this time around. You're absolutely right. A lot of times change is good. He goes to a different system, goes to a different situation, more importantly, I think also, because now he doesn't have the he's not dealing with the stress of being QB1. And I think a lot of y'all will agree as Falcons fans, you know, watching Desmond Ritter, sometimes it looked like he was out there just thinking too much, trying to be perfect. Instead of hitting the wide open guy, he took the ball and run. And a lot of that is stress related. He's thinking too much. You know, you're thinking now as a quarterback, you got to be able to think. You know, you got to be able to think and decipher things. But you can kind of see like the stress and the pressure is probably a better word to use, was starting to get to him in his decision making. But now going to Arizona, hey man, you're not tasked to be the QB1. So now I can sit back, I can watch Kyler Murray. I can watch him in practice. I can watch him in the film room. I can watch him in games. You know, I can see how he handles certain situations, how he handles certain defenses. How does he handle the criticism from the fans? I could just sit back and watch him. You know, I can ask him certain things in practice. You know, if we become cool, I get his phone number. I can start just texting him. You know, if he decides he don't want to play the mentor role to me, okay, fine. And one thing about being a mentor, because I think a lot of times when the fans say, well, this quarterback ain't gonna mentor this young guy, fine. I feel like you can be mentored by somebody just sitting back, watching, observing, and studying them. You know, y'all ain't got necessarily talk on the phone or text each other or sit down in the film room with each other. Y'all ain't got to do that. Just watch how this professional handles himself. You know, and he can mentor him that way. But yeah, without that pressure, it'll be good for Ritter. He can sit down and just catch his breath. I think Desmond Ritter need to catch his breath right now, and he'll have an opportunity to do that in Arizona. You know, so it's probably a good thing for him. DJ Gamer says, we say Drake London, Kyle Pitts production is Arthur Smith's fault, but Ritter doesn't get the excuse, which is why I would be mad if I was him. Hey, valid point, valid perspective. And we touched on that earlier, DJ. You know, if the vast majority of our fans are saying it's Arthur Smith, it's Arthur Smith, it's Arthur Smith, hey, well, doesn't Desmond Ritter kind of fall under that umbrella a little bit too? You know, if we look at things from that perspective, doesn't the quarterback fall under that umbrella also? Something to think about, DJ. Something to think about. David says, you know You know how to get us to stop criticizing him. Play better. What up, Tyler? What up, David? Very true. You want people to shut up? Play better. Play better. Play better. And I know I overuse this comparison, this analogy, but as a Georgia Bulldog fan, it always fit. Hey man, when they start putting Stetson Bennett in the game, especially start him as the starting quarterback. Oh man, Georgia Bulldog fans were up in arms. You'd have thought Kirby actually stole money out of our wallet. Boy, we had so much to say. Then you sit back and you watch Stetson after one start. Oh man, Kirby don't know what it is. Boy, we're gonna fire Kirby next year. Get Kirby Smart out of here. Put JT. We can't beat Bama unless we got JT Daniels. That's all Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, we ain't gonna beat Alabama with no Stetson Bennett. After about 5, 6, 7 games, like boy, Bennett balling, bro. You watching Stetson Bennett? Yeah, I be watching him, bro. That dude balling, man. He do. Hey man, Stetson got an arm. I didn't think Stetson can throw the ball out. Yeah, I see that, boy. You seen that pass he threw against South Carolina? Yeah. Boy, did you see that run against Florida? Ain't no Stetson was that fast. Yeah. And before you know it, people just shut up. When you win, people buy in. When you win, people will buy in. People will buy in when you win. DJ Gaming says we have to put ourselves in his shoes. If I was him, I would be mad. That doesn't mean he was good, though. I feel what you're saying. Look at things from his perspective. But I will counter DJ and say, you know what? Fans gonna be fans. Fans are gonna be fans, and he is technically, based on the job description and the pay, he's a professional. We're the fans. He's a professional. So maybe he's held to a higher standard. Road Maven says Ritter got a screen pass interception. Ooh, boy, there was some times watching Desmond Ritter. In the red zone, I believe, because he threw a no-look pass, no level refs to fix that. That's a different problem. So he's just pretty much saying, hey, man, this dude is a lifetime, probably third-string quarterback. He's pretty much saying he'll be lucky to get a second contract. We shall see. My brother A1 forever in the building. What's going on? What's Tip? How we feeling today, brother? Shout out to my guy also, Tip. Make sure you follow him also on YouTube as well, man. He puts out some great content, man. So if you're not already subscribed, do me a favor. Make sure you all subscribe to him. Show him the same type of love that you show me and all other Falcon content creators. Excellent. I always be saying excellent Falcons content creator, but he does a lot more than just Falcons football. He covers the whole gamut. So make sure that you do show him a lot of love. Also said A1 Forever Officer Kirko may take us. I hope so, man. I definitely hope so, bro. And I said earlier, I know you probably just came in recently, but man, this is the first time in a long time that I have been optimistic that we're going to win some football games this year. I'm looking forward to it, man. And the draft ain't even here yet. So we're only going to get better. Man. So I'm really excited, super excited about the Falcons this year, man. Very, very excited. Keon says, I don't like how people get mad at the fans for having expectations. That's fair, bro. That's definitely fair. I get we can be hard sometimes on players, but what are we to say with 6 straight losing seasons? Yeah. Hey, that's true. That's true. Football, out of the 3 major American sports, professional sports, I should say, football, baseball, and basketball, in my opinion, football you're going to have the most passionate fans. Football fans are very, very passionate. Very passionate. And I'm not saying the other fans are, but I think football fans are more passionate. You see football fans, the one way or the other, we're always in our emotions. I shouldn't say always, but one way or the other, oftentimes we're in our emotions, whether we're arguing about players, arguing about teams, arguing about coaches, arguing online. And that's why the NFL has turned into a 24 year-round sport. That's why it's turned into a year-round sport, because of the passion of the fans. NFL sits at the top of the pedestal in regards to American professional sports. I'm not saying international, worldwide. I'm saying American sports. It's NFL, then it's everybody else. Let the NBA and baseball fight for a distant second. But it's NFL, then it's everybody else. So you're right. 6 straight losing seasons, coming off that notorious loss in the Super Bowl. Hey, man. You're going to have a pretty rowdy bunch of Falcons fans on your hands. So, and that's another reason I'm real optimistic about this season, man, because I think this team is going to be good. Do I think we're going to go into the NFC Championship game? Possible. Do I think we're going to the playoffs? Hell yeah. Do I think we're going to win a Super Bowl? Probably not. It's still possible. Once you get in the tournament, anybody got a chance. Just got to get in the tournament, man. Just got to get in the tournament. And that's like when people, I see a lot of people who didn't like the Kirk Cousins signing. Oh, man, you give Kirk $200 million and, he old and he got one playoff win. Well, just get in the tournament. That's it. Once you're there, anything can happen. Just get in the tournament. We just need to get in the tournament. That's what I'm looking for. Mills in 1967. What's going on, Mills? Says, I'm late. What up, chat? I'm excited for this year. Also, let's get it. What's popping, Mills? Let's get. I'm excited also as well. Very, very excited. Mark says we should feel good about winning this division, especially with an even better Bijan. Yeah, I'm positive we're gonna win the division. In fact, for the first time in years, I could say if we don't win a division, I'm always disappointed when we don't win a division, but I would have a bigger level of disappointment because I really strongly feel like we're easily the best team in the division. I really do. So if we don't win the NFC South, man, I would be beyond disappointed because I expect us to win. I hate to admit it, but there have been some seasons recently where I'd be like, I'm saying to myself, I'm never gonna get these bums the satisfaction of letting me say this publicly. But there have been times I say to myself, hey man, New Orleans is better than us right now. I hate to say it. It's better than us right now. They, got better quarterback play, got way better defense. But now I feel like we are definitely the best team in the NFC South. I strongly feel that way. I think Tampa will be fairly competitive within the division. I really think the Saints are going to take a step way back. They haven't been able to do anything in free agency this year because they're broke. Carolina is going to be interesting to see. I'm seeing Carolina make some moves in free agency. Carolina, if they can get Bryce Young to take the next step, they could become a slight problem where they could sneak in and have a split with us. We win in Atlanta, they win in Carolina. It's all going to depend on Bryce Young, though. If Bryce Young goes out there and he looks like a Desmond Ritter, he ain't showing no progression, Carolina going to have another long year again. So their season really hinges on their quarterback play. Strongly on their quarterback play. Bryce Young really has to take the next step next year because he had a full season as a starter, as a rookie. So he really has to take the next step in 2024. He can't have another season where he one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. When you're a rookie, people will let you get away with stuff when you're a rookie. Man, that's a rookie, bro. You got to give him a pass. You got to give him a pass. Year 2, Panther fans ain't going to have it, dog. They're not going to have it. They're not going to have it. David Starr says, Two Live Stew said Cousins was limping when he walked to the podium for his initial presser. that's concerning for me. The injury can be concerning, but I'm really not concerned on whether he'll be ready for week 1. I think he will be ready for week 1. I'm positive he'll be ready for week 1. And I know it's an Achilles injury. I know it's a serious injury, but I'm really not concerned about it. What are we? What are we? March, April, May, June, July, August. Like, we're talking 5+ months before we even get to week 1. Really technically 6 months, half of a year before we even take our first regular season snap. So I'm positive, that injury will be fully healed by the time week 1 gets here. So I don't really have major concerns about whether or not he'll be ready for week 1. And shout out to Doug Stewart. Doug Stewart didn't like the signing anyway, so I think Doug is going to put a negative spin on Kirk Cousins because he didn't like the signing. So his opinion could have been a little narrative driven. And again, shout out to Doug Stewart, but I just know from the things I've seen him say or type, I should say, he didn't like the Kirk Cousins signing at all. So probably gonna be a negative spin on that coming from him. And just like me, a guy who liked the Kirk Cousins signing, Doug could say, well, Tidy liked the signing, so he gonna make it seem like it's the best thing in the world because he liked the signing, But I think he'll be just totally fine. I think he'll be totally fine. Road Maven says we really are a decent quarterback play away from competing. I agree. If our pass rush improves, we could be nasty work and gritty. Yeah, I'm hoping our defensive line play. I hope they don't regress. They started slow, and toward the later midpoint of the season, they kind of finished strong for us. They finished pretty strong. So gonna get Grady back. And it's odd. And this is going back to the Kirk Cousins injury. The odd thing about it, nobody is saying they're concerned about Grady Jarrett's injury, but everybody's concerned about Kirk Cousins' injury. And they probably got injured around the same time. Same magnitude type of injury. Lower extremity injuries, both season-ending injuries. But people like, man, Grady coming back, boy, woo, woo, woo. But people, put the spin on the Kirk Cousins injury, like, well, he's never gonna be able to play again. He injured his Achilles, But I just find that very interesting. The spin and the rehab people put on those two injuries for Grady and Kirk. And Grady, based on the position he plays and what he's going to be asked to do, he's going to put more work on his injury than Kirk would on his injuries. Now, Kirk ain't going to be getting out of the pocket, taking off like Lamar, Justin Fields, or Josh Allen. He's pretty much a traditional pocket passer. But we shall see. Let's just hope both of them can stay injury free. A1 says that 2022 draft is fantastic for quarterbacks. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. And that 2021 could go down in history as one of the more disappointing draft classes. The quarterback draft's been kind of on the shaky side lately. And maybe that scared Terry away from training up to go get a quarterback. And Terry like, man, I want something proven, bro. Like, lately these quarterbacks, let's go get something proven. Wayne Gaines says the 23 team won more games in spite of Arthur Smith than in spite of Ritter play. I can see what you're saying on that also as well. The 2023 team, the disappointing thing about them is they, and this is the most Falcons thing ever, but we go out there and beat some teams that we probably shouldn't have beat. And then we go out there and lose the teams that we had no business losing to. But that's like the most Falcons thing ever. And I also one game, I think Arthur Blank decided he was gonna fire Arthur Smith after we lost to Carolina that second game. I like, okay, I think he's out of here, bro. Because you couldn't lose that game in Carolina. And then in the fashion that we lost to Carolina, I think at that point Arthur Blank said, okay, I've seen enough, bro. I've seen enough. Somebody go figure out what Bill Belichick gonna do if he get fired from New England, you know. Ark says, thought you meant Trey Lance was traded this year. I knew he was traded to Dallas. Okay, I got you. I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. Let's see. Rusty says, I don't expect a statement from a third-round pick who had no success. Fields was a top 15 pick and a starter for 3 years who was entertaining. Ritter was doo-doo and boring. Okay, I could definitely feel and respect it also. And as I've been saying, maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe he will say something. And like you said, maybe being the third round pick, maybe he like, I don't owe y'all nothing. I'm about to go to my next city. Y'all can sit here and continue to talk about me, but I moved on. So I can definitely see that. Marcus Ritter was benched last season. He knew what time it was. I think he got benched like 3 times too, bro. Like, man. Boy. And the thing about it, if I'm being honest, there were some games I did see some flashes of potential in Desmond Ritter. I'm going to be honest. Even though I wasn't a Ritter guy, I'm going to give credit when credit is due to. There were some games I saw flashes of potential. There were some throws he made. I was like, oh, shit. Dez threw that? There were some throws that Dez made. I was like, oh, damn. I saw some flashes of potential in Ritter at times, but the decision making, it was just, Dez, why did you throw the ball there, bro? You pressed, the pressure getting to you, man. That's the then of course the turnovers and then the fumbles combined with that. Playing quarterback, man, you can't continue to throw the ball over, man. You can't continue to turn the ball over. And even Justin Fields, I think that's a good reason his stock was so low. Yeah, he got a lot of exciting plays, but you look at the turnover column, it's like, you are turning the ball over way too much. One thing as a quarterback, you can't turn the ball over. It's just like playing running back. You can't fumble the ball a lot. No matter how great you are, how fast you are, how much you can run somebody over, how much you can juke somebody out, you can't turn the ball over a lot as a running back. You can't do it. You can't do it. That's why a lot of times in crunch time, Tyler Algier was running the ball instead of Bijan Robinson. Like sometimes when I would hear our fans or people who cover NFL but don't necessarily watch a lot of Falcons football, why isn't Bijan Robinson in the game? And why do you draft him 8 but you let Tyler Algier run late in the fourth quarter? I'd be thinking to myself, simple. One guy fumbles too much, the other guy never fumbles too much. That lets you know who the coaches are depending on. They're depending on a guy who don't fumble. This is late fourth quarter. We got the lead. Hey, bro, we just need to finish this game. We need a guy who's not known to fumble. And that was the thing with Bijan. Bijan had some critical back-breaking fumbles last year. And because of that, there were some games in crunch time where Bijan was on the bench. Like I say, people be up and on, why Bijan ain't playing? Because he fumbled. Quarterback, you can't turn the ball over. Running back, you can't fumble. As a DB, you can drop interceptions. As long as you can still cover. Yeah, they want you to catch interceptions. Don't get me wrong. But as a cornerback, if you just got bad hands, you can't catch. That's why you playing cornerback. But as long as you can cover, okay, fine. You still doing your job. But quarterback can't continually throw the ball over. Running back can't continually fumble. Just can't happen. Just cannot happen. Kenneth says 3 major points of fact. First, Art Smith is a horrible play caller. His concept of time management, lack of understanding defensive schemes, the FedEx Trust Fund, baby, con man who threw Ritter under the bus, banging on Arthur Smith. And the odd thing about it, man, I think Arthur Smith is going to be pretty. I think he's going to do pretty good in Pittsburgh. I do. I think he's going to do pretty good in Pittsburgh. I think he has quarterbacks now that kind of fit his scheme, what he likes to do. You know, he's gonna be coaching under a great coaching umbrella and Mike Tomlin. And kind of like we were saying that, you know, Ritter won't have that pressure of being a starting quarterback. Arthur Smith is not gonna have that pressure of being a head coach. You know, he's gonna have a lot less responsibility, so he'll be able to focus more on what he does best. So I think he'll do well in Pittsburgh. You know, he'll probably stay under. I'm guessing he'll probably stay under Mike Tomlin for a few years before he ventures out and goes to do another head coaching gig. But we shall see. We'll see. The Road Maven says, "Book it, Pitts 1,000 yards, KP 1,000 hashtag KP 1,000. Let's go. Let's go, Kyle. Let's go. Kyle Pitts was the one who heavily recruited Kirk Cousins to the Falcons based on what Kirk said. So I'm really looking for that's really who I'm looking forward to the most, and how the Kirk Cousins dynamic will impact how they play. Kyle Pitts, receiving tight end. And I saw a lot last year when Kyle was visibly frustrated with Desmond Ritter. You can see it on the film. He just was frustrated a lot of time in the quarterback play. Now you're going to have a more traditional quarterback in terms of just being a pocket passer, you know, a proficient pocket passer, I should say, an accurate pocket passer. I think we'll see more rookie year Kyle this coming season. You know, the kind of numbers he put up with Matt Ryan. And, you know, I would love to see Kyle Pitts have at least 6 receiving touchdowns this year. You know, I want him to break that mold of getting past only 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. You know, I want at least 6 receiving touchdowns from Kyle Pitts this year. This will be his second year removed from his injury. Speaking of injuries, you know, so he should be physically ready. He should be mentally ready. You know, that's the thing. When you have those type of injuries, you gotta pretty much essentially rehab it mentally and rehab it physically. So I'm excited to see what's next for Kyle Pitts going into next year. Kenneth's second point. Morris threw Ritter under the bus at the combine, incorrectly stating that quarterback play is why I'm here. Complete BS. Arthur Smith was the reason Morris is here. Hello. Who was replaced? Hello. We talked about that also. How Raheem stated, if we had better quarterback play, I probably wouldn't be here. And that was a pretty profound statement. And you know what, Kenneth? We kind of alluded to this early in the broadcast. Maybe that's some of the reasons that Ritter decided, hey, man, I'm not going to make a statement to Atlanta. I'm not going to make a statement to the franchise. You bring a new head coach in here, and the first thing he does, he's throw me under the bus. You know, we all know I didn't play well last year. You didn't have to say that publicly. If you're going to get a new quarterback, get a new quarterback. But you didn't have to say that publicly. You know? But yeah, Raheem was like, hey, man, yeah, if y'all had better quarterback, man, I wouldn't be here. You'd be in the playoffs. Arthur Smith still be here. And I might still be out of L.A., you know, at the beach. Zay in the bag says, I ain't gonna lie. Ritter don't be on the ground like that, though. Ring the bell for that. He don't. He really don't. He don't. But he was on there long enough to change his bio from Atlanta Falcons quarterback to Arizona Cardinals quarterback. He was on there long enough to do that. So if you can, because, you know, of course, I'm on Instagram, and changing your bio requires a little bit of additional work. You got to go to your go to settings, edit, delete this, and write this. So if he can do all that, he could have took 2 more minutes, in my opinion, to just put something out for the fans. But again, Zay, hey, maybe that's coming Monday, man. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. I remember when Devontae Freeman left here, it looked like he wasn't gonna say that, and he came in. Probably took him about 2 weeks, and he finally said, "Hey, thank you, Atlanta. I appreciated the opportunity. Thanks to the fans. I enjoyed my time there." And he finally said something. It took him about 2 weeks, and I think he was sour that he got cut. I think he was mad. So maybe sometimes when the players get sour, they feel like they were done wrong. Maybe they are still human, of course. So maybe it take them a little time, to kind of get at that feelings a little bit. So maybe it's coming. Again, maybe I'm just jumping the gun. Let's see. Art says they watch you, fam. The team coaches and ex-players. Don't forget, Tyler. Maybe so. Maybe they are, man. Maybe 1 or 2 of them on there. I guess Art saying, like, man, you need to carry yourself in a more professional manner. You never know who's watching. Don't fall for the hijinks. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what Art is telling me. Art said, no, they watching to see if you came to bang. Okay. Arkansas said, no, they like the ratchetness. Keep it up. Bang on their ass. Okay, I'm going to keep banging on them. All right. I thought you were telling me to be more professional, to clean up your act. Arkansas said, no, bro. Do what we know you for. Come here and talk that ish. Come here and bang on their ass when they don't do well. I got you. All right, I appreciate it, bro. Russell says coaches absolutely release statements 99% of the time through their agents, and that's how it gets out. No, I mean, I get that. I mean, that's pretty obvious. We're talking social media. When I say you really won't see coaches on social media. I don't think you're gonna catch Mike Tomlin on Instagram or on Twitter a lot, like you would a Sauce Gardner. Somebody or Cordero Patterson. That's what I mean. The players, a lot of these players, they enjoy being on social media. They enjoy interacting with the fans. Coaches, general managers, you're not gonna really catch them tweeting a lot. You're really not gonna catch them on Instagram showing they watch, or showing pictures of the kids and the babies, like you see AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell is proud of his family, so he posts his family a lot on Instagram. That's what I mean. I mean, not official statements released from a publicist that the publicist wrote. I mean, something that's coming from that player's social media account, the Instagram account, their Twitter account. That's what I mean, And again, we somebody just said Justin Fields did it. Somebody just I saw Jono Smith do it. I saw Cordero Patterson do it. Jono Smith was only here for 1 year. Cordero Patterson was only here for 3 years, and they still took the time out to release some type of statement on their own. Kenneth says Morris also exposed himself as having no leadership and very little coaching abilities. If you cannot take a rookie and develop him after being mishandled and abused by Smith, yes, Morris has lost the core. I don't know if I agree with that also. Because if I'm Raheem Morris, I'm not coming into 2024 with Desmond Ritter as my quarterback either. I'm just keeping it real. If I just got the job with the Falcons, Desmond Ritter is not going to be my quarterback. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm not going, and not even Raheem Morris, but Terry Fontenot as well. Terry Fontenot is really making general manager decisions for his job. Terry Fontenot can't have another losing season in 2024. It can't happen. Raheem Morris don't want to start off the second phase of his head coaching career with a losing season. So if I'm both of those guys or 1 or 2 of those guys, Desmond Ritter is not going to be my starting quarterback coming into 2024 either. I'm not going to put my career, my job, my resume on the line for a quarterback who played as bad as Desmond Ritter did last year. Now, some could blame a lot of that on Arthur Smith, and hey, I can understand if that's the route you want to go, but Arthur Smith wasn't the person hot dogging in the end zone and fumbling the ball before you get in the end zone. He wasn't the guy that threw that interception when we played the Redskins. Some of the stuff you can blame on Arthur Smith, but some of the turnovers, that's just bad quarterback play. So if I'm getting a coaching job or if I'm the general manager of the Falcons, no, no, I probably would have kept him in Flowery Branch because he has the experience, as I said earlier. But being a starter, oh, absolutely not. Definitely was not gonna happen. Definitely wouldn't happen. Um, Road Maven says, I supported Ritter on Waffle House. Yeah, you did. And took the heat. Yeah, they banged on you that episode. Yeah, boy, you was in there fighting for yourself. Boy, that was like a Royal Rumble. And you was the only person. It was like 104. I remember that episode. It took heat. He was so bad that the best thing was to just bow out if he wasn't going to apologize for his play on the field. Yeah, I definitely remember that episode, man. Smart Ride in the building. What's going on, Smart Ride? Appreciate you coming through, showing some love. Just tired of you're a true professional. Love the content. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. Ritter better be glad he was even drafted. His body language was horrible after being benched. He'll be out the league after his next year. And again, thanks for the compliment, Smart Ride. And that's something. And I know you probably just coming in, but we talked about that about 30, 45 minutes ago. Like, does Ritter even get a second contract in the NFL? Does he get a second contract? Will he get a second contract in the NFL? I can't say one way or the other at this point in time whether or not he'll get a second contract, man. It's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see. And you say his body language was bad when he got benched. I really think he took it to heart, man. I really do think he took that to heart. Maybe he felt the bench was premature, but Arthur Smith knew, like, hey, man, hey, my time running out, bro. I gotta win. Hey, man, me and Terry made the decision to start this guy, and he's not playing well, and Arthur Blank is having these meetings with us, and the fans are going crazy. I'm even throwing shots at the fans, so now I got to make it make sense with the fans. Something got to change. Hey, let's see what Taylor got. Let's bring Taylor in here. And I'm sure that hurt Dez's pride also, because he did come in and say he wanted to bring us to Super Bowl, so he has some confidence in himself. I give him credit for saying that. How many rookies you see, especially in the third round? Hey, man, I'm bringing the Super Bowl to this city. Something y'all ain't never seen. Your last your last parade, Cobb County got all the love. They sped through Atlanta and they slowed down when they got to Cobb County. So y'all ain't really seeing no real parades here. And I want to be the guy that bring the parade, the peace tree, and we gonna drive slow so everybody can see us. So but I commend Dez for that. I got a lot of respect for him saying that, man, because we fans need we need a Super Bowl. Maybe need isn't the right word, but I feel like the fan base deserves a Super Bowl. We catch a lot of heat. A lot of people say we're not good fans. We don't go to the games, but man, I think Atlanta has some good fans. I really do. I think we got some good fans. Do we got the best fans? No. Do our fans always know when to stand up on third down at the games? No. But I think the gist, when you compare the franchise we root for and what the franchise get from the fans, I think we got a pretty good set of fans, man. And the Falcons start winning consistently. That'll only get better because they play a huge part on the fans themselves. Mark says, I didn't realize how much I missed these early ABG streams. Yeah, this is new territory, man. I'm normally coming in late night. Sometimes I come in so late. A lot of people they never catch an actual live stream because of the time I come on. And I think I'm gonna try to start think I'm gonna try to switch it up and maybe come on more in the daytime. Like I said, my schedule didn't change, so I can't stay up late like I was before. So maybe I'll try to start coming on more in the daytime also. And like people who necessarily can't catch a live stream because their schedule will have an opportunity to catch more of the stream. So do appreciate that, Mark. Thank you. Kenneth says, last point, very simple. Fields is an inferior quarterback to Ritter. Ooh, banging on Justin. The stat stated very clearly, which determines the position and pay for players. So when a fan base wants to downgrade as a quarterback in performance, yeah, man, that has been a lot of point of contention in the fan base, man, within this last 30 days. Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, Desmond Ritter. And he says he thinks Ritter is better than Fields. I will say that the Falcons got more, I think, for Ritter. I ain't gonna say think. The Falcons did get more for Ritter than Chicago got for Justin. That's interesting, man. That is very interesting, man. I've been in some debates about that. I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably gonna take some heat. Let me drink a little bit more of my cold coffee. I think in terms of being a passer of the football. Desmond Ritter has more of an upside than Justin Fields. In terms of just being a passer of the football. That's all I'm looking at. I'm not looking at who's the better athlete, who can run the ball the best as a quarterback. I'm looking at it in terms of passing the football. That's all I'm looking at. So whether or not I agree with Kenneth, take that statement and do whatever you want to with it. And like I said, I know I'm about to scroll down these comments and catch a bunch of heat. It is cool. It's cool. Always feel free to disagree with me in the comment section, man. And normally the comments are typically more correct because, when you're in front of a camera, you're just one person. And then when you get the comments, you got a bunch of, different brain work, brain power, I guess I should say. So 99% of the time, the comment section going to be correct. Mill says, I see Larry is on Ritter. Larry came here banging on Ritter. And the thing about Larry don't normally comment just bang hard on players. Larry normally is kind of more cool, collective. I don't know if Larry didn't eat his breakfast this morning. I don't know if he poured something in his coffee, had maybe some Irish coffee. But Larry came here banging. Larry don't normally be banging that hard. Marina came in banging on Ritter too. Says Ritter wrote his goodbye letter to Atlanta and the fans. The thing is, it got intercepted when he hit send. Oh boy. Boy, y'all rough. Y'all a rough crowd on Ritter. Boy, y'all a rough crowd on Ritter. Y'all very rough on Ritter. Road Maven says if you ever mess up so bad, you just want to duck out and quietly and not upset anyone. That's what Ritter was at. You know what? That makes sense, man. That makes sense. I've been there before. I've definitely been there before, bro. That makes sense. That makes sense. You mess up so bad, you kind of like, look, I'm just gonna go out the back door, bro. You ain't gonna say about no. No. It would be better just me to go out the back door quietly. I'm just gonna duck out the back door quietly. That makes a lot of sense, man. That makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Definitely makes a lot of sense. Miss Lisa in the building. Shout out Lisa. Let's ring the bell for Lisa. Make sure to check Lisa out also on Blog and Dirty. She has an excellent article she just released about Cordero Patterson. his tenure with Atlanta, his also goodbye to Atlanta. Speaking of saying goodbye to Atlanta. So make sure you check her out also on Blog and Dirty as well. If you're in our Atlanta Bird Gang group, I think the article is already posted in there as well. Lisa says, man, I wish he would be mad at us after all those ridiculous red zone terms. Bang on. Well, y'all, woo, I'm going back to late night. Y'all bang too much in the daytime. I'm going back to late night. Y'all bang too much in the daytime. I'm going back to the late night. It's too much banging in the daytime. I'm going straight back to my 12 a.m. hours on the third shift. The third shifters don't bang as much as y'all bang in the daytime. Oh, man. David says, as far as I'm concerned, he ain't got to thank us. That was a pain statement right now. David just written, man, get your shit and get the hell out. I'm going back to late night, bro. Y'all can have the daytime. That's it. Y'all bang too much. Oh, here, man. As far as I'm concerned, he ain't got to thank us. I'm certainly not thanking him for his atrocious play. But I certainly agree with Larry today. So, yeah, that got me, bro. I'm going back to the late night hours. Roll Mavis said backups don't get a press conference. Okay, so no press conference for Desmond Ritter. Kenneth says, obviously, the reason for wanting an inferior quarterback who really is a running back is skin color. So Kenneth says it's all about skin color. Do y'all agree or disagree with Kenneth? Let's read what else he said. Our fan base prefer to lose and have a black quarterback as opposed to anyone else, even Matt Ryan, who was a winner going into the Hall of Fame. So Kenneth is saying the fan base prefers to have a black quarterback and lose as opposed to having any white or any other color quarterback and win. So is that true, Falcons fans? Y'all gotta let me know. Is that true? Let me know. Let's see. Dom said, what's up, Dom? What's going on, bro? Ain't seen you in a minute. Raheem said, you're not finna get me fired. Pack your bags. You going to Arizona. Yeah, I would have been the same way with Raheem, bro. I'm Desmond Ritter. You are not finna start with me. You are not. I'm not finna start off my coaching career with you. It ain't gonna happen. Kenya Q 420 Quavo. Your day coming up pretty soon, 420. What you got, about a month left before your national holiday? I remember my days of celebrating that holiday, but enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Why would Ritter put out anything? Because I'm sure he saw and felt the hate directed his way. If anything, I would have sent a big ass F you. These are the same people that hated Matt Ryan, banging on the fans. Banging on the fans. Atlanta fans, y'all didn't deserve a goodbye. Y'all hated on him. Y'all didn't appreciate Ritter, his great football play. You didn't appreciate Matt Ryan either. If y'all watch me play in Arizona, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. I can dig it. Baby Dion says, hell no. He's not getting a press conference. He coming in through the back door. So y'all see he is not getting a press conference at all. Check down in the building. What's going on? Check down. Love the I think that says hat. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Y'all make sure also y'all check out my brother right there to check down on YouTube, Steven. Just recently started his YouTube channel. So make sure that you do subscribe, y'all. Let's really get his subscriber count up. Let's get the comments going. Let's hit the share button. And I'm telling y'all, brother puts out some extreme high quality content. I'm telling y'all, he is taking the Falcons content game to another level, man. When I'm talking about high quality production, oh man, he's on a different stratosphere, So he has really raised his bar in a short period of time for the rest of us Falcons content creators. He pretty much said, hey man, it's 2024. Y'all still sitting in front of the camera. Y'all ain't doing no editing. Y'all ain't doing no real production. I'm about to come here and kill the game. But no, make sure you check him out, man. Again, I'm not exaggerating when I say excellent produced content, man. Like this brother puts out great production and also excellent analysis as well. So y'all please show love to the check down and make sure that you do go over there and subscribe to the channel also. Mark says Dan Quinn first pick was Vic. I think Rago's Turner. I hope so. I hope we get Dallas Turner, man. I hope we get Dallas Turner. And I remember that Dan Quinn pick. I wanted Todd Gurley so bad. My Georgia bias coming up. I wanted Gurley so bad that year. But I would like the Dallas Turner pick. That's why I want to go. I don't want to trade out the pick. Take a player who has a grade in the top 10 of the draft. Stay right there, get a player, and hopefully we get a standout player. I feel like we got enough draft picks. We can stay where we're at. Definitely no need to move up at this point in time unless something happens. You need to move up 1 or 2 spots and get somebody that you feel is extremely special. But otherwise, man, let's go get a defender, man. Just don't bring another pass catcher in here. Because if you do, I'm banging on you, Terry Futno. Terry, I'm telling you right now, you take a pass catcher in the first round, boy, I'm gonna have a boy. You think these people in the comments are banging today? I'm gonna take banging to another level. If you draft the pass catcher. Marina says, Todd, if we are dumb enough to draft the pass catch on draft night, please sip on Shannon Sharp looking when you bang. Shout out to what is it? Shea Portier. I think I said it correctly. That got amazing reviews when it comes to truth. Yeah, I'm gonna come tell some Cat Williams type of stuff to Terry if he take a pass catch, bro. I might go and bang outside of Flower Branch. In fact, look, I'm doing this outside of Falcons headquarters. You know, that's how serious it's gonna be if they go get a Malik Neighbors or whoever. Nobody that catches the ball. Don't do it. Appreciate that very, very much. Thanks again, check down. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate that. Wayne Gone Auto Garage says banging on the 3rd round pick with no grooming and not banging on either Kyle Pitts or Drake London not living up to their hype is crazy. Oh, trust me, we have banged on Kyle Pitts. We started an entire hashtag for Kyle Pitts, boy. We were trying to trade Kyle Pitts. Ask Marina right here. Marina tell you, hey man, we trying to get Kyle Pitts out of Atlanta, man. We had seen enough. We had seen enough of Kyle. We were trying to get him out, but when they traded Jono Smith, that was the franchise saying that Kyle ain't going nowhere. So Kyle would definitely be back. As far as Drake London, I don't think Drake London. I think Drake London has played up to his expectations. I think Drake. Y'all in the comments know better than I do, but I think he set the record for the first 2 years with the most receptions in franchise history, I think. Again, y'all please fact check me on that. But I think Drake has been fine. But Kyle, oh yeah, we've been on Kyle, man. We definitely been eating Kyle up. Road Mavis says, what do you think about Jermaine Newton at D tackle? I gotta be honest, I hadn't seen enough of him to give you an educated opinion. So give me maybe about 2 weeks to do my research on a few more college players, and then I can give you a better answer at that also. Kenneth says, at the end of the day, the BS mill spread by our finesse do not help either. Like Ritter's numbers are any different than any other rookie. Ryan was 7. Ryan, I think you mean Matt Ryan. 7-10. Mariota 5-8. Heineke 1-3. Ritter 8-9. Yeah, you compare the win and loss, compared to Mariota and compared to some of Matt Ryan's later years, and of course Heineke, he stacks up well. His win loss, it ain't necessarily bad for a quarterback with a minimum number of starts under his belt. It's not bad at all. 8 or 9, I mean, it's not bad. It ain't good, of course, but it's not terrible either. It's not terrible either. And like I say, there was some plays where I was impressed by some throws with Ritter. I just think ultimately, like, decision making, turnovers, that's gonna get you out of your starting job very, very quickly when you have a lot of turnovers. And not even Ritter. I mean, look at Justin Fields, a player that a lot of our fans wanted. You know, he's starting. He's going to go into camp as a backup, and he has a lot of turnovers as well. Like when you turn the ball over, that's one of the more cardinal sins of being a quarterback at any level. Other than like Pee Wee, you know, they get away with the Pee Wee. Winston Thornton says Turner or Verge has to be the pick. Look at how Stroud and Anderson changed life for the Texans. Yeah. I strongly feel we really got to go defense. I strongly feel like we got to go defense. Also, Swarm says nobody over here wants to talk about Fields versus Ritter. Kirk Cousins was a choice. With you on that, definitely with you on that. Kirk is our guy. That's the guy we're gonna stand behind until Kirk gives us a reason not to stand behind him. And I'm very excited about the Kirk Cousins pick. Swarm, I know that was that's been a pretty debatable topic whether or not the Falcons made the right decision and go and sign Kirk Cousins to the type of contract that we gave him. I'm all for it. I'm happy about the signing. I'm all for it, man. You really got a guy that fits Zach Robinson's scheme. An ideal quarterback that Robinson was looking for to run his offense. Obviously, y'all, I mean, it's obvious that the Falcons want to be better at passing the football this year. You know, you saw they went out there and signed a bunch of wide receivers in free agency. You got Kyle Pitts coming back. You got Drake London coming back. You got Bijan Robinson coming back also, who's great at catching out the backfield. So they obviously want to do a lot of passing. And they went and got a guy that really fits the scheme, fits what the offensive coordinator wants to do, and he's proven. He's proven that. And I know people are like, well, he ain't won but one playoff game. Yeah, okay, I understand that. You know, the teams he's played on hasn't won but one playoff game. You know, Lamar Jackson just won his second playoff game this past season, but does that mean that Lamar Jackson is a loser? You know, a two-time NFL MVP, are we calling him a loser? No, not at all. So I get that. You know, when Matt Stafford went to the Rams, he had won no playoff games, and he got a Super Bowl ring. So I'm not letting that small narrative deter me or make me think that Kirk Cousins was a bad signing. I feel like for the available quarterbacks that were available that we realistically could have gotten, that was by far the best choice. You know, I know you could say Russell Wilson, but I was thinking about Russell Wilson. I truly don't think Russell Wilson was interested in coming to Atlanta. Why? I don't know. If y'all want to say it's because of future, all right, be my guest, you know. But I don't think he had any interest in coming to Atlanta. You know, if you look at Russell Wilson's last two stops in his career, they've been with prestigious franchises. Broncos, Steelers. You know, so I think Russ has a type of franchise, had a type of franchise in mind that he wanted to go to. And I don't think Atlanta was anywhere in his top 5 places that he wanted to go. You know, that rumor never got out there about Russell Wilson interested in Atlanta at all. You know, so with that said, realistically, this was the best choice we could have made. I came into the offseason saying, hey, man, let's trade and go get Jane Daniels. Y'all know I was a big Jane Daniels guy, still a big Jane Daniels guy. I think he's going to do well in the NFL. But, you know, if I'm being logical, you know, does the new head coach want to just come in and trade all them picks for an unproven player? You know, we just talked about how rough these last few quarterback drafts have been. Do you really want to trade all them picks for an unproven player? And then you draft a rookie. All right, now we probably got to wait about 2 or 3 years before he get up to speed. You know, Terry Funk, no, Terry ain't got two to three more years worth of losing. Terry will be out of here. If Terry, knock on wood, but if Terry doesn't have a winning season this year, y'all, his seat will be hot. His seat will be hot. So, hey, it's time to win. It's really time to win. Lisa says Ritter and his turnovers are why he's a backup Cardinal. Now, I definitely agree on that. Definitely agree. Let's see. Dom says, I'm on that type of time. They better not draft pick. Better not. Definitely not. John in the building. What's going on, John? How you doing, brother? Hope everything is well. Says, what's happening with your bro? Ritter is nothing but a backup. Keep it banging on Ritter. Ooh, y'all been banging on Ritter hard. But yeah, man, this has been a lovely show. Oh, shout out to my boy Red Swarm. Appreciate you, Swarm. Thank you as always, Red Swarm. Always supporting the show, man. Showing me a bunch of love to the show, bro. I appreciate you. Big 478 energy. So Todd, I'm looking forward to talking. Shifting to Kirko and what this team can be in 2024 versus Ritter versus Field talk was getting boring. Both are on new teams. Well said, bro. Well said. That was a conversation to be had predominantly these last 2, 3, 4 weeks when things were up in the air. And you make an excellent point. Once decisions are made, once the Falcons, Kirk is our guy. Once Steelers say Justin is our guy. Talk about that. Swarm is saying that's what myself as the viewer wants to hear. You know, I don't want to go into a point where all the content creators are doing Fields versus Ritter. Feel like it don't matter. Both teams have made their decisions, and that's what we should be focused on. Great comment as usual, Red Swarm. I sure appreciate you, bro. Great point. Let's see what we got here. Dom says, thank you very much for that, Dom. I do appreciate it. Says, I'm ready to see where Kirko can take this team with the weapons we have now. No excuses. Let's win ball games. I'm excited for this year, too. And thank you very much for the super chat, Dom. I really appreciate the support and the love that you always show the show, bro. Thank you once again. And Dom is really echoing the sentiment of Red Swarm. Like, hey, man, I'm looking forward to, hey, Kirk, bro. That's the quarterback now. I'm looking forward to see what Kirko can do with the team. With the talent that Terry Fontenot has assembled since he's gotten here. You got your Kyle Pitts, you got you a Bijan, you got your Tyler Algier, and I hate the fact that and Drake London too, of course, but I hate the fact that Tyler Algier kind of has gotten lost in the shuffle. You know, when they put out all the pictures of Kirk Cousins and his weapons, you know, Tyler Algier is never on the picture. And as Falcons fans, we know Tyler Algier is a dog, man. We know Tyler is a dog. Mainstream media who don't really focus a whole lot on the Falcons, you know what? They just figure it's just a Bijan show. And as Falcons fans, we know it's not just a Bijan show. And I'm looking forward to it as well, Dom. This is the first time in years, bro, that I have been like very confident and very optimistic that this team is gonna win and gonna win convincingly this year. I'm very, very optimistic that that's gonna happen, bro. And I'm looking forward to it, bro. August, September can't get here soon enough. Even though I don't really want to rush the springtime because I enjoy spring, I enjoy the weather. I enjoy the fruit that it brings, you know, it's in regards to like fruit that you eat. But I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I'm optimistic that this team is going to do some great things this year. We got John coming in from the ITS in the middle. Appreciate you, John. Thank you very much for that super chat, bro. And also make sure if you're not subscribed already, make sure that you do subscribe to the ITS, which is John Harris, and also our brother Winston Thornton. They do some excellent content on there as well. I had the privilege of being on their show a few weeks back. They're typically coming on Wednesday at 10 p.m. sharp. So, again, make sure that you subscribe, run up the likes, run up the comments, and also run up the shares. You know, hit that share button on YouTube as well, just like you on Twitter or just like you on Facebook, you know. And again, thank you, Johnson. I tried to tell him at the very beginning that Ritter was not getting coached by professionals. And Arthur Blank spotted it at the end. I don't blame him. And I can vouch for John by saying that. John, questioned the coaching from day one, questioned the fact that there was no designated quarterback coach for Desmond Ritter. Nobody that was really showing him the ropes, critiquing him, or the fact that you didn't have a experienced quarterback coaching the guy. Could Arthur Smith develop a quarterback? And now we saw the results of that. Very disappointing for Ritter, very disappointing for the Falcons. Arthur Smith ends up losing his job. We got another top 8 draft pick in the NFL. And then you see when Raheem Morris comes in, Raheem like, oh no, I'm not making that same mistake. To John's point, I'm not making that same mistake. There's going to be a quarterback here, quarterback coach here. There's going to be guys on my staff that have played the position and they are experienced. We're not making the same mistakes that the last guy did when he came in. So great point. When you say that also, John, great point. We got our guy Greg from Greg Custom Kicks in the building. Thank you very much, Greg. Definitely appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you always coming through, showing a bunch of love to the show and also the support, man. Thank you very much. Y'all make sure y'all check out Greg at Greg Custom Kicks also, and make sure you get your feet right this year for the season. You got time to get your feet right. When I say get your feet right, I'm talking about custom kicks, custom team kick. Get some custom Falcons kicks. Whatever you want on there, Greg can also fit your needs. When it comes to just custom Nikes or whatever you want, Greg gonna be your guy. He has done, his work is so great. He has done work for some of Atlanta's biggest legends, like Goody Mob, Cujo Goody. So check my guy out everywhere on social media, Greg Custom Kicks. You can see his work. He has posted a lot of work in our Atlanta Bird Game group, our old group. Y'all know what happened as far as that go. But make sure to check him out. Greg, thank you very much, man. I always appreciate the love and also the support. Whereas says, what's up, Todd? I got to invite you over to the new crib and play pool on this Falcons inspired pool table, homie. And I cook a hell of a steak. You're welcome over anytime, brother. Yes, I seen the custom. Speaking of custom, I seen the custom Falcons pool table. Would love to come over, brother. In fact, maybe we can set something up next time I'm in the city or in that area. I'll come over, maybe have a drink or two, which just talk some Falcons football, get on that pool table, and do what brothers do, man. So thank you very much for the invitation. Looking forward to it. And also congratulations on the new home as well. Y'all make sure to congratulate Greg for buying a beautiful new house, bro. Blessings to you as well, man. Let's see who we got. Also, we got Anthony in here. Says nothing bad to say about Desmond Ritter. Good luck to him. He was never going to be an option for Atlanta. Raheem Terry brought in their own, man. Definitely true. Dave in the building. What's going on, Dave? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you coming through, showing love as usual, man. Thank you very much. Got my brother Big Low Country in the building. Let's ring the bell for Big Low. Shout out to Big Low as well. I was able to watch their mock draft just the other day. And I'm sure most of y'all are already subscribed to Big Low. But if you're not, make sure to show my dog a lot of love and make sure that you do subscribe to Big Low. Definitely one of the best Falcons content creators you're going to come across. Definitely the funniest one, man. I watched a lot of Big Low videos and he just had me laughing, man. Great person in general. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you for the love, Big Low. Says, what in the world, Bo? What in the world, Bo? Low, they got me here on Sunday, man. And these, I'm telling you, Low, they've been banging, man. I thought we banged on the late night Low, but man, these daytime people, they bang way harder than we bang on the late night, man. Low, I told him I got to go back to the late night, bro. Y'all bang too hard on here. Y'all bang way too hard on here. In the late night. I'm headed back to the 12 a.m. crew with the third shifters, man. With the third shifters. I got to get back to the third shift. All right, Angel says, this draft too deep. Hold on. This draft too deep in pass catches to grab one in the first round. Edges aren't deep in the draft, and we haven't grabbed the pass rusher yet in free agency. Yeah, they damn sure better get a pass rusher. Yeah, and there were reports that we tried our best to get Daniil Hunter. And boy, I wish we could have got him. They said we lost out on him based on the state of Texas not having state tax. And also he's from Houston, so it was kind of hard to beat that. But if nothing else, man, I applaud the Falcons for trying. I applaud Terry for trying. Hey, you give them your best number, and if it works, great, but at least you tried, man. At least you tried. As the old saying goes, and I'm probably gonna mess it up, but what did it say? You miss every shot you don't take, or something like that. I forget what it, but I think y'all know what I mean. I think y'all know what I mean. But shout out to Terry Funk. No, shout out for the Falcons for even trying. Greg says, Toddy, you missed my first super chat. It's all good. Just glad to support you. Appreciate the super chat again, bro. Thank you very, very much. Yep. And I read it off. I be so behind, man, because I be talking so much, and I be behind on the comments a lot. It was like when I was live when Arthur Smith got fired, and people trying to get me to see the screen, like, bro, you so far behind the chat. Like, he done got fired, and you just so far behind. And that's something I got to do a better job at, man. I got to do a better job at keeping up with the chat. Uncle Steve is one of the best at that, man. I be trying to watch Steve and pick up tips on how he keep his conversation going and also keep up with the chat. Because it'd be hard for me. I gotta say hard, but it's probably a little harder for me to keep up with the chat and also keep my train of thought going as well. I just be late, bro. I'll be late, but thank you also, Greg. I sure appreciate the love, man. You always showing love and support to the show. Thank you very, very much. Ghost Peppers in the bill. Let's raise the bell for Ghost Peppers. What's happening, Ghost Peppers, man? Happy Sunday to you as well. Happy Sunday to you also. Happy Sunday to you. But yeah, this has been magnificent, man. I want to thank everybody for coming through, chatting it up with us today on the Sunday. I'll try to come in and do more daytime shows. This was pretty fun. It gave me an opportunity to chat with people who typically are not able to catch the late night shows that we do. And like I said, my schedule has changed some, so not able to do as many late night shows as I have in the past. But all in all, man, I want to thank y'all for your time. Thank you for coming through, chatting with me, watching me talk, watching me ramble. I wish you a very blessed and happy Sunday. And football is getting closer, man. The draft is almost here. So we are getting very, very close to a new season. And I could not be more excited, man. Again, this is the most excitement I've had going into a season since the 2017. Big Low said, you're right, Teddy. They be banging. Man, they've been in here going, wow, dog. And I really thought that the late night people were like, they were just a wild and banging one. But boy, and it's Sunday too, Big Low. Sunday, I'm like, boy, they're going to be calm and collective on a Sunday. It's just coming here and, we'll be all professional. Shoot. Man, these folks been so off the chain, bro. It's been crazy. But again, thank you, everybody. Y'all make sure to show Big Low some love. Show my dog Greg from Greg Custom Kick some love. Show the eye test a bunch of love. Show the check down a bunch of love on YouTube and just everybody, man. I appreciate everybody. And I'll see y'all soon. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Peace.